Sorry. Yeah.
Just wait for the microphones. Start. There, please. Dan, start, please.
Hi, Ange. Straight up, is it kind of fair to say that the hopes of sort of salvaging the season come down to progressing tomorrow night? And secondly, what's your message been to the players in the build-up to the game? What have you kind of reiterated to them in meetings in the last few days?
Yeah, I don't see it as salvaging a season. I see it as an opportunity to do something special. So it depends on your sort of outlook on, maybe your outlook on life, mate. I don't know. So, I think you're at a point where, you've got an opportunity to get to a semi-final of a major competition. Obviously, the challenges before you. So I think that's the bit you're excited about. I don't think it's about, trying to salvage anything. It's about, these opportunities don't come around often. Even if you're having a very good season, sometimes they don't come around, so why not take it? And that's kind of been the message to the players as well. It's just, irrespective of everything else that's happened this year, we're a game away from the Final Four in a major competition, and you shouldn't sort of just take that for granted in terms of something that's a regular occurrence. Certainly hasn't been for this club, so try and take advantage of that.
Hi there, Ange. Just to check, has everyone travelled? Are you expected to travel, and is Sonny fully fit to play?
No, Sonny didn't travel in the end. He's the only one that misses out. He's been battling with his foot sort of problem for a few weeks now, and he's managed through it, but it's just got too painful over the last few days. He tried to train yesterday and just wasn't right, so we made a decision to leave him at home and allow him to sort of recuperate and see the best way for recovery for him. Everyone else is good. I guess the only notable addition is Kevin, who trained and is available as well. So really it's only Sonny that misses out.
And on that, Sonny's your captain. He's a massively influential part of the dressing room in what is probably the biggest game of the season. What a blow is that to not have him with you?
Yeah, look, it's a blow, but it's consistent with everything else that's happened this year. So it's just another challenge for us to overcome. Unfortunate for him. He tried really hard. Like I said, the reason we left him out on the weekend was to try and give him time to recover, because he's been sort of struggling with this foot thing for a couple of weeks now. So, but in the end, he couldn't make it, and we've just got to sort of, as I said, we've had these challenges all year. It's just another one we just need to overcome.
Same again, please.
And everyone's been talking this week ahead of this game. Everyone's been talking about your future and what happens with this particular game. I remember when Harry Kane left. After he left, you said that you knew all along what was going to happen with him. Do you know what's going to happen with you this season, whatever happens at this stage?
Do I know?
Yeah.
No, I've got no idea. I know. Like I said, we've got a game tomorrow night. That's. But it's not something I'll need to think about. I don't think. I know. It's not something that's kind of. I've never thought about those kind of things in terms of what's important. What's important is, like I said, a game tomorrow night. That's a massive opportunity for this group of players, for us as a team, and for this football club to to get closer to achieving what everyone wants to achieve. So. I think anything else other than that, and particularly in terms of me, I don't really have much of a sort of thought process that thinks about life or my career or what I'm doing in that way. What I do know is, like I said, got an opportunity to get to Final Four of a major tournament, and that's where my focus is.
Jay.
Hi, Ange. Dom Solanke's not scored in his last 11 games. I just wondered if you knew what the reasons were maybe behind that.
No, Dom's working really hard for the team, and he's going to be important for us tomorrow night, and really looking forward to his contribution.
Sammy.
Ange, does the narrative, I guess, over your future or position, is it a personal burden for you away from the training field? Do you feel it?
No, not at all, mate. Because I don't define my career or me as a person by what people think about me. I never have, never will. If you don't think I'm a good coach today, you won't think I'm a good coach tomorrow, even if we win, mate. One game ain't going to make a difference to that. You either think I'm capable of doing a job now, you don't. That's where I sit with these things. And if people think that us winning tomorrow all of a sudden makes me a better manager than what I am today, or us losing tomorrow sometime makes me a worse manager, I guess that's their burden, not mine. Because I just don't think that way, and I don't think most people think that way in terms of, well, I'd like to think they don't, in terms of their own sort of self-esteem and who they are as people. So I couldn't care less, mate. Really couldn't care less. There's no burden on me. There's no anxiety on me. Like I said, what I'm sitting here doing is thinking that, we've got a great opportunity tomorrow night to get to the Final Four of a major tournament. Mate, I'm not going to let that slip by without fighting tooth and nail for it, irrespective of what may come the day after.
Hello, Ange. Can you talk a bit about how it feels to have everybody back? We seem to have waited ages for it. And I know you're missing Sonny, which is a shame, but is Decky ready to start? And what's it all mean?
Oh, it's massively positive because you realise, when you've got everyone together that, we've got a really sort of exciting young squad that I think you can build on and irrespective of how the game goes, we have the opportunity to, make impacts with substitutions and just the general feeling of around the place. Because, the other thing it does is that, like I said, apart from Sonny, obviously it's really disappointing. Everyone's up and about. All the players are excited. All the players are looking forward to it. We've had a lot of players who this year have had to train on their own. They've had to sort of deal with the mental grind of trying to get themselves back in amongst the group. And, that sort of affects, the general sort of feeling around the place because invariably, there isn't this overwhelming feeling of everyone being in it together because players have got their own individual battles to overcome. We've had more kind of doing that than we have sort of as a core of a group to sort of solidify those kind of things you need to in terms of team spirit and all those kind of things. So just having the whole group together, the dynamics in the dressing room, dynamics of training, even the dynamics when you travel, everyone's, for the most part, their best buddy is with them. They're not back at home. So all those kind of things, it's a good feeling, and you kind of miss it when we've had the season we've had. Yeah.
Can I add one? And in terms of coming to somewhere that's notoriously difficult, a little bit hostile, tense at the end of a knockout competition, important to have your experienced players back, your most senior.
Yeah, I think so. I think, especially playing away in Europe, it's always a challenge. I think the experiences we've had this year have been good for that. We've visited some tough places in terms of atmospheres this year, in terms of, whether that's Galatasaray away or Ibrox or, AZ. And a lot of sort of our younger players got exposed to that, which I think will be helpful. But there's no doubt that, come tomorrow, the experienced guys in the squad who've probably been through something similar are going to be hugely important for us. And like I said, having them, the key ones apart from Sonny, all fit and available and feeling good in terms of physical conditioning, I think is going to be important.
The final one here, please.
Hi, Ange. Just to follow up on that, I was just wondering on Vicario and Romero, obviously had a bit of a difficult afternoon at Molineux on Sunday. Have you need to put an arm around them? You mentioned about having your experienced players in an atmosphere like that. How are they feeling mentally after a tough afternoon? Yeah,
it was a tough afternoon and, I think they were disappointed. But the thing about both of them is they don't shy away from that responsibility. They owned up to it. They knew the mistakes were on them, but I think once we reviewed it and put it to bed, they were, they trained the next day with the mentality that you expect them to as leaders and experienced players. And, I guess if they were going to sort of make errors like that, it's better they made them on Sunday than they do tomorrow night. It's better they make them at all. But, that's the human beings. These things happen. But, look, both have got a really good mentality. They're both strong leaders. They're both strong individuals. Like I said, they weren't hiding away from the fact that, they made those mistakes. They owned up to them, which is no surprise to me. And, I think they'll go out tomorrow night without not thinking about that, but, again, thinking about the opportunity before us.
Okay, thank you.
Hi there, Micky. How are you feeling kind of in terms of sharpness and rhythm? Because you're kind of playing a game, having a rest, playing a game. How's that kind of feeling body-wise for you?
I'm feeling well. Of course, yeah. Every week you're playing a game. It's like, to be honest, like normal teams that don't play Europe, they normally play like this. So you play on a weekend, have a week off, and then you play the weekend again. So to be honest, I feel good. I feel recovered and I feel sharp. So yeah, I'm ready to go.
Tom.
Hi, Micky. This is obviously a big game for the club and its season. There's been a lot of talk about this game being very big for the manager. I just wanted to know, how much do you personally enjoy playing under him, and how much do the players want to win it for Ange tomorrow?
We all still have the trust in the gaffer, and we still have trust in the way he's playing. So tomorrow we want to win the game, of course, for him, but also for us, and also for the club, and also for the fans. It hasn't been a really good season, of course, what you're saying, but it's a big game for us, and of course we want to achieve something special this season, and I think this is the best way to do it.
Tom.
Hi, Micky. I mean, is it fair to say that the club's season really comes down to getting a result in this game?
Of course we have also some Premier League games to play, but what you say, if we want to win some silverware, of course it has to be the Europa League, and we have to win this game to go to the next round. So it's a big game for us, yeah.
Same person.
And can I ask what the manager's message has been to you? What's he been saying to you in the days kind of building up to this game?
That's of course it's a big game for us also. Of course it's also a game like every week. Like, we have to play our best football. We have to play the way we want to play. If we want to create as many chances as we did at the last game against them, and hopefully we can win this game and go to the next round.
Jay.
Hi, Micky. Obviously, your season's been disrupted by a few different injuries. I just want to ask, are you worried about the long-term impact that these injuries could have on your career?
No, not really. I recovered well. Of course, as you said, I had some same injuries in the last couple of years. In the last 2 years. But I'm feeling well, and I'm not really worried about something for my future or something. So I'm feeling well, and I know I trained and I do everything to make the hamstring as strong as possible, and the rest of my body also. So I don't really stress about something for the future for my hamstrings.
Right.
Hi, Micky. Robin Koch has said that the stadium's going to be like a lion's den tomorrow. I assume you've probably played here with Wolfsburg. What are your recollections of the atmosphere, and have you spoken to your teammates about it?
To be honest, I haven't really spoke with the guys about the atmosphere in the stadium, but I know it's going to be a good atmosphere. The last time I played with Wolfsburg was also a tough game, and the fans are really going behind the team, so it will be the 12 men, but I think we should be fine. And of course the noise from outside, but what happened on the pitch, you need to focus on the pitch, so that's the most important. But what you say, of course, is going to be a good atmosphere probably, but we're ready for it.
Hi, Micky. Just got another one. Obviously, you know Christian Romero and Guillermo Vicario very well. They're very experienced players in the squad. Both of them maybe made uncharacteristic errors at the weekend or mistakes. How have you seen how they've processed that over the last couple of days?
I think making a mistake is normal. Of course, after the game, they said they made some mistakes. Of course, they expect better from themselves, and yeah, it can happen. You make a mistake, and to be honest, after the game, of course, you are like, can't accept this from myself. But now, if you look at them, they're ready to go tomorrow, and they're as sharp as they are normally are.
Hello, Micky. Can you tell us a little bit more, please, about your fitness situation? Why aren't you playing every game? Why are you managing, as the coach says? And he said you'd been to seek some outside help. Can you tell us what you've been able to do, what you've learned, what you've changed?
Why I don't play every week, that's not a question you have to ask to me. That's a question you have to ask the gaffer. But body-wise, I'm feeling really well and I'm feeling really good. What I said, I don't know why I don't play every week. You have to ask the gaffer for this, but I'm feeling well. And what you said, I've seen some people outside of the training ground, also some specialists, and that could help me with running wise and with understanding my body a bit more. So I learned from them also some things, and what I said, I feel really good right now and ready to go.
Micky, just quickly as a follow-up to that, I mean, do you want to be playing every week at the moment? And secondly, obviously winning this competition is the only way to qualify for Europe next season now. How important is playing in Europe for you? Yeah,
of course I want to play every game. Football is what you love the most, so of course every game you want to play. But Europa League is really important competition for us this season. Of course we also have some Premier League games ahead of us, but what you say, if we want to win some silverware and we want to qualify for European tournament next season, then of course the Europa League is a really important stage for us.
Yep, just one here, please.
Hi, Micky. You mentioned that it's obviously a really big game for you tomorrow. Is there a sense among the players that you really want to prove something to the fans, because it's not been such a great season, and this is your opportunity to show what you're made of?
Yes, this hasn't been our best season, of course, and the fans want us to play better, of course, and I expect from the fans also they expect us to do better in the games we lost this season, and we want to prove them also that we have the quality and the ability to show them that we are a really good team, and when everybody is fit and when the whole team is strong, that we can achieve some beautiful things, and hopefully we can show that tomorrow to our own fans, but also to the people that are adopting us.
George, at the back, please.
I'm Micky, just at the back up here.
Where? There.
Sorry. How much confidence can the team take from the previous round? You was down after the first leg against AZ, but you come back, you handled the pressure of the situation. Is that something to kind of lean on going into tomorrow's game?
Also I think in the first leg, you see we played against Frankfurt, we played a really good game. We created a lot of chances, and we drew the game, of course, but that gave us confidence that you can see how we can play and how we can play against this strong Frankfurt team also. So we have really, really confidence for tomorrow, and we want to show the same as we did in the first leg, and what I say, hopefully we can go to the next round.
Hiya, Micky. At only 23 years of age, you're viewed as one of Spurs' most important and experienced players. How important will your leadership be tomorrow night in such a hostile environment?
I wanna help the guys like I always do. Every game for me is, of course, this is a big game, it's quarterfinal of European competition, but I want to go into every game as the same way as I'm doing. So I want to play my game tomorrow and help the guys push the team towards the goal we want to reach for tomorrow.
Last one with Ryan, please.
Micky, can I just ask you about Hugo Ekitike? Obviously scored last week. He's got 21 goals this season. What have you made of him? He's drawn comparisons to Alexander Isak. Do you think he's a player that, if you can stop, it certainly will bolster your chances of victory tomorrow night?
He's a really good player. Scored also a really good goal against us, and you can see his quality. So tomorrow it's going to be me and the player who's playing next to me. It's our job to eliminate him from the game tomorrow, and hopefully we have a good chance to. Because of course we say he's an unbelievable threat from them. He's a really good player, so it's to us to eliminate him tomorrow, and hopefully we can get the win then.
Thank you.
Thank you.